Berghem, Västergötland, Bengt.
Hej då. Hej.
Ängelholm,
Lars Claesson. Okej, frågan är varför är...
I samtal pågår i veckan.
Vi vet varken ut eller in. Jag heter Täppas Fogelberg. Vi hörs imorgon. 099 510 10. Darling, we're home. Home. Det finns ingen som kan göra det. Jag tog det sista faktiskt. Alltså det gjorde det faktiskt. The great answer to all the questions of how to live with being disabled, it's acceptance. And people said that to me too, that you have to accept and blah blah blah, and I said it was lousy. I thought I would never accept.
He was such a nice guy making these poems. He was so clever and and now it's another side of you.
Ja, det är skott. Bra förhållande. Hallikare, eller bilhandlare. Det blir någon slags EG-folkdräkt, om man säger så. Vilket fantastiskt EG-ljus det är över gatorna nu. Har du märkt det? Det är svetsvitt EG-ljus.
Some people might think that, oh, it's because he has gotten blind that he's sometimes so angry. But I wouldn't say that. Maybe more honest. Because when you go through all these stages and you end up thinking that the only way to gain a worthy life is to be responsible, then you don't accept lousy behavior and people that are too much filled with self-pity for nothing.
You're not angry. I mean, you're not an angry person.
Don't you think I'm a man?
But I'm not angry. I'm more angry than you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm not blind.
Normally, men writes about themselves being very brave and doing adventures and climbing mountains and stuff. But I prefer to write about family life. It's natural for me. A family is like, it's fun and it's crying and it's everything. Maybe I'm getting old.
Är det Täppas Fogelberg?
Ja.
Jag heter Lennart Sakelius. Jag fick vara med en gång hos dig i Ring P1.
Ja.
Hej.
Hej då. Hej.
But what do you like about his program?
Well, it's very amusing, and he gives comments, to people that sometimes is very humoristic, very funny, but also sometimes very sharp. So he can make people extremely mad, and sometimes I can get very frustrated when listening to him. But at other times I think that he's a genius.
Den ja. Och
Jullan? Ja. Är det här rätt? I've always liked to talk to people, and in this radio show where I ring P1 where people call me and discuss different. When I do this radio job, it's for me to listen and to think and talk, and that I can manage. Here my friends are musicians and writers, and so in Hälsingland you speak about the weather and the growth of the potato and so, and that's also nice. That's also very important. I would rather shoot myself in my knees than to ask for help. Because asking for help, that meant that I was helpless. And also, it was like saying to the world that, hey, I'm visually impaired. And that was filled with shame. When I meet my kids, and even if I meet friends, I like to, hello, say like, how are you? Really feel them. And like flirting, yes, that is, of course, impossible to do when you're blind. But, don't tell anybody, but if you're visually impaired, you can always say to a lady with a very nice voice, hey, can I put my hand on your shoulder?
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then the next month you might be married. For some people it might take like 2 years. For one person it might take 40 years. And for somebody the journey might never end. For me it took approximately 15 years to go, and then I had to go to the bottom, really to the bottom, and enter a big depression and just literally fall to pieces. And when I was just ashes and pieces and everything was out over and done, from that point I could start to rebuild something that was more stable and healthy and more worthy a good life. Do I talk like a priest?
No, not at all, not at all, not at all.
Hallelujah. Ser de okej ut?
Ja, det ser fin ut. Det är apelsiner.
Ja, bra. Det kan vi också ta lite. Vad bra, men du tar ju 4-5-6 bananer.
5-6 bananer. Här får du 5.
Det blir bra det.
Ja. Måste du gå här då. Där har vi mjau.
Då sen jag varit borta 2 veckor.
Då går vi rakt fram Täppas.
I'm a country man in many ways. I like it in the center of Stockholm, but I've got to have this also, being on the countryside. It's very important for me to be able to breathe, to have space, and even if I don't see what's happening, I hear and I feel the smell, and I notice the changes of the nature and spring going to summer. It's a bit cold. Så är det bara du och jag. Det kommer bli jätteskönt, gubben. He's been so out of love for 2 weeks that he really needs love. Kissen. Jo, nu ska du få gott. Titta. It's just because I do it in front of the camera.
Hallå, här är jag.
Mein kleine Kuchen.
Ja, du raring.
Man har blivit så tysk nu.
Ja, jag förstår det.
Vad är...
Ha, här är Lars.
Hejsan,
Hej.
Lars heter jag. Hej,
Hej,
träffa dig. Ja. Ja.
Hallå.
Ja.
Ja,
bor-
fin promenad.
Härligt.
Skönt att sitta här och filosofera lite grann.
Ja, men precis på den här trappan så här sitter vi, här äter vi ofta på sommaren.
Ja,
förstår jag.
Man kanske har någon grillgrej här och så sitter vi här och äter och har liksom landskapet.
Det är också en sån här trapp och så har vi miljoner små.
Ja, men det är väldigt skönt.
Ja, skönt.
Nu hörde man ju på lite skräckjagande i morse på väderleksrapporten för då sa de att det skulle vara...
Skönt. Det himlen är så här hög. Det är så här riktigt så här blå, knallblå himmel och så lätta små stråk bara utav vitt längst uppe. Hallå, hej!
Hej, jag vill inte hälsa
Ja,
bara.
jag ser. Ja. Och så är min man Lars
Och så
med.
Lars.
Hej. Jag vill inte hälsa bara. Ja, jag har kört ner i vattenhål precis. Jag har dragit hit den med vajer. Baggen ska komma med släpvagnen hem.
Är det sant?
Ja.
Vad står ni i ett vattenhål?
Nej, jag har dragit loss nu och Robban. Vi är så jävla skit så det inte är klokt.
Får jag känna? Fint. Ja, det. Gud.
Fina fisken.
Men ska du köra den här till Malsta eller ska du...
Nej, Magge kommer med vagn.
Jag sa det. It's easier to write longer pieces to be more focused and concentrated. You have been in my kitchen in Stockholm and you know that there's a kid coming in every 5 minutes saying something. And the kitchen is also where I work. So yes, I get more concentrated here. Absolutely. I feel very privileged. And of course I could go back down in the corner and say, oh, poor me, I'm blind, oh, pity me, poor me. But I feel very rich, so. And maybe also this being visually impaired and the transformation and the journey through all this has made me more open to questions of where and what and why. Where are we going and what's the meaning of all this?